Hey guys, it's Monique. I am here with Kia, what is this?
Skin therapist Kia.
Skin therapist Kia, hashtag skin therapist Kia. I'm super excited that she is here. This is a busy woman. Obviously follow her online. I met her through my niece, and actually our sons are friends too, and we didn't know that. But I do follow her online, and this lady is busy. So I wanted to get her in here to just share about things that she does, and like she's an educator, skin therapist, obviously. She's what else do you do? Tell them about you. Tell them about you.
I know. So I've been in SD for 4 years. I hit the ground running once I was done. So I am an educator. I kind of rent a space from Bear Betty in San Ramon. It's a Sola salon. I teach eyelash extensions. I go to different colleges and educate them on skincare and lash care. What else do I do? I'm all over the place.
You're an instructor at Fremont Beauty College?
I am an instructor. That is like the main thing. Yeah, so it's been a year now. A whole year. I'm teaching the evening instructor at the for the aesthetics department.
How did you get into that?
Well, my mentor is my teacher, Denise Gaston. She was there, and she was saying, Kia, we got something coming up. I see you teach at all these schools, and you're doing different things. You're moving. It's time to step your game up. And so I was running for about 6 months. You hear me? 6 months. She would call me, Kia, you ready? Nope.
Oh, you were running from her?
Kia, you ready?
From the opportunity?
Nope. Kia, you ready? Nope. So anyway, the opportunity presented itself, and I said, well, maybe I should try it. And all these things happened. Long story short, the day I started, one of my friends that was working there quit, and I heavily relied on her to help me get through it. We had a plan in place. This is what she was going to help me through it, and she put her 2 weeks notice in the day I was scared straight. So I ran again. I'm like, I can't do this. I told Miss Denise, I can't do this. And she was like, you need to do it. Are you in this for someone else, or are you in this for you? And so I just decided to take a leap of faith and just went with it. I mean, my first lecture, I was paranoid. I was afraid. I was scared. I'm like, I teach my own curriculum with the lashes.
And that's like a private one-on-one thing.
It's private one-on-one.
Yeah,
I go to the school and I do a demo, and they sign up with me. I know lashes, right? But this is a whole curriculum. I got to teach chemistry. I got to teach anatomy. I got to teach physiology. I got to teach the science of skin. And since I've started, I've always been kind of, I won't say self-taught, but I've worked in my own salons. I started at Hands of Healing. The owner there, she's the mom. She's like my sister. She moved to open up another salon in Vegas. And so I kind of ran the aesthetics department on my own, and I was fresh out of school, so I learned a lot that way. But I hadn't had anybody up top saying, this is the way you go, this is what you do, trial and error. I kind of taught myself, just books. So I was nervous my first time getting in there.
I would be.
Oh,
I can't talk in front of people.
You did good when you came to me. Sure, you did good when you came to me, please.
So I know that there's like books that you obviously go off of, but I have seen you on your computer at home planning your, not lectures, but your, lost my word. You're planning whatever you're going to be teaching them.
Like my lesson plan.
Your lesson plan, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, so what I do now, even still, a year later, I go on a week or two before, depending on my time, is I go and I review the lecture, because they give us a lesson plan, and they give us their PowerPoints, but I make my own because I want to make sure. I try to make it fun. I throw pictures in it, examples and all that. So yeah, I'm up late doing that. So I'm still working when I'm a night owl anyway. You see me, you too. We be on there, it'd be 2 o'clock. I'm like, Monique, what are you doing? Up, okay?
Up, figuring out my next move.
Yeah, that's what I be doing. And so, the generation now is different. You can't just tell them something. You have to know, and they want to see, where can I find this, or how did this happen, or why. Some of the stuff like chemistry, the questions that they ask, I be like, we don't really need to know that part. And I didn't major in chemistry.
I was surprised that you need to know like chemistry and all. When I signed up for school,
Oh yeah.
I was like, they handed me that book with chemistry. I'm like, what is all this? I just want to play with products.
It is it's a little more science behind it because when you're dealing with the chemistry or electricity, you have to know the modalities that you're going to be using. You have to know with chemistry, the ingredients and what's going to contraindicate what. And so you want to know, it's something that we have to know. It's very basic and kind of minor, but you definitely need to know the science behind it, especially if you specialize in something like acne. Okay, what is this machine going to do? And if I put this product on, what is it going to do? And so it's
And that's what you specialize in.
kind of. I've been I get a lot. They're attracted to me. So special or not, here it comes. I'm like, okay, here they come again. And, I do get a lot of acne clients, a lot.
So you teach the one-on-one lash extension course. Tell us about that. What do you go over in that?
A lot of my clients come from referral and the beauty colleges that I go to, or pretty much referrals and beauty colleges. What it is you get a kit. It's 8-hour training. You get a kit and you get a certificate at the end. But basically, we go over theory. We spend about 1.5 hours to 2 hours on theory. And then after that, I have them practice on a live doll head. So they can get the feel of, because you have to be kind of like ambidextrous, where you use 2 hands. You have to use one hand to isolate, one hand to actually grab. And so for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, we're practicing that because it's easier. It's not as easy as it looks.
It doesn't look easy to me at all.
I know. They get there and they be like, okay. And even with the mannequin practice, because we practice on a mannequin, and then after that we take a lunch break, and then it's like about 3.5, 4 hours of just them practicing on a live person. That's and cool. It's different because I remember my first time, my model was, her lashes were short and they were really, really curly. So I had this person next to me that was like doing this real fancy set of lashes our first time. The other person next to me, and I'm over here struggling. And that's one of the reasons I decided to do one-on-one trainings. Is because I know how I felt. And I left, I'm like, this is not, I don't even know if I want to do this. I felt like I didn't get, I had excellent trainers, but it's just, when you look at somebody on the left and somebody on the right, and they're doing way better than you, it's very discouraging. So I decided I'm just going to do kind of one-on-one, 2-on-1, not more than 2 or 3 people at a time, because it's tough.
Yeah. I personally like one-on-one trainings too.
Yeah.
I need to be able to ask questions. I need to go at my pace. People with curly lashes, is that harder to do the eyelash extensions on, or do you not do them on curly lashes if they're too curly?
No, I do everyone. Okay. The only ones that I turn away are if they have damaged lashes and they're probably 3 or 4 lashes hanging on for dear life.
Oh.
I mean, we come in and we see some really different and even disturbing things. I know sometimes some people do alopecia. I see some people that are in remission from cancer and theirs are growing back. Definitely do theirs, but they have to be strong enough. I have to make sure that they're strong enough to hold a lash. I mean, it's just like you have to educate them as well, and they think everybody can get lashes when that is definitely not the case. So, nope. If they had curlier lashes, I would just probably use a curlier lash with a curl that's very similar to theirs.
Okay.
And we're actually putting it on the base, not the entire lash. So once you get it on the base of the lash, you're good. No matter if it's going like that or like that, you're shooting for the base of the lash. And so usually the base is straight, and then it starts to curl.
And then it starts to curl. Oh, okay. I brought up some of my questions. Let me see. There was one I was looking for. I don't think I put it on here. I did get one question. Someone said, how do you deal with like body acne? They get a lot of like acne on their shoulders and on their back. What do you recommend for that?
I just did yesterday I did a women's showcase for exclusive speed, and one of the things I was talking about, it was one of the number one questions that I get is back acne. And it's from athletes, not all, but some of my friends, they've come, and with it, it's friction. You know, they get it from friction, or when as soon as they work out, they're not changing right away. You know, they gotta go home, they gotta run errands, we gotta go to the store, we gotta do what we gotta do right before we go home. Like, while I'm out, I'm just gonna finish this. But so the friction, and then the sweat and the dirt and the debris, the things that's on the yoga mats and the mats that they lay down on, the equipment that we're laying back on, all that stuff, some of that stuff is not clean, you know, or very sanitary. So I just, different products, they will wash just like the face. I offer back facials also. So certain products with salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide can help with those. If you just change your clothes right after, would alleviate a lot of that, because the sweat and then the dirt, would really help with that. But it's very, very common. So if you are dealing with some back acne or some body acne, it's not uncommon. Some women get it in between their legs. It's from the friction. And all you have to do is just keep the areas dry, because moisture is what causes bacteria and everything a lot of times. Yeah.
So key ingredients for acne, what should they look for?
Salicylic acid. What they do is basically gonna help with the cell turnover, and so exfoliation is the key. If you are exfoliating, some products have it where you can exfoliate daily. Some of them you just do 2-3 times a week. It just depends on your skin type. So what they do is help with cell turnover. It's getting rid of all the dead skin cells, and some of them just attack the bacteria directly. Benzoyl peroxide. The only thing about those is they can be really, really drying. So you have to come with an oil-free moisturizer behind it, oil control moisturizer, or serums that's gonna help with that. Because it will suck you dry. You'll be like, you'll be feeling like, you'll be walking around feeling like, Lord, I am dry. But that is what is needed. There's also some machines that can help with that. Some modalities, high frequency, which destroys the bacteria on the surface of the skin.
And do you see a lot of adults coming in with acne? I know it's like mostly or people say it's mostly on teens start getting acne, but like I'm in my 30s, I know I still have a little bit of acne. Do you see that a lot?
I would say I get more adult acne than I do children. I see women and men. Men, they don't really struggle with a lot of acne, and that's just from my observation. They do have ingrown hairs, and they have some breakouts from shaving and whatnot. Stress related, a lot of stress. A lot of my clients are really, really, really stressed out. It could be just from a move from one place to the next. They can be stressed out. Maybe they just had a baby. It's hard to tell where it's coming from, but I see a lot, especially lately, a lot. I think it's the environment and what's in the environment. Also, it's what you're eating. Diet has a lot to do with acne. And I fight with a lot of my clients about diet. You have to change. You have to alter your diet if you want to get rid of acne. It's part of it. Because it's a lot of oils and greases and fats and all that. What's in the gut is coming out in the skin. For real, for sure,
it's like
for sure.
You eat garlic, it's like coming out of your skin.
Yeah, alcohol.
Alcohol.
You drink alcohol,
coming out of your skin.
it's coming out. You think they can't smell it? They can smell it. Smell like a wino. Yep. But yeah, so it's very common.
Okay.
Very, very common in adults. But you can water, vegetables, you know, just kind of clean out the gut a little bit. You can still do your thing and have your wine and splurge a little bit. It's just when your diet is saturated. Teenagers, because they're going through puberty, their diet is saturated with junk, and they don't even want to they don't even want to eat an apple anymore.
Right.
So that's, their struggle, and all these hormones are constantly being produced, and their levels are off the chain. So that's how come they break out a lot.
Makeup can break you out too, right? You want to make sure they're cleaning their face.
Absolutely. I'm not a fan of makeup wipes. I would, because it's very harsh on the skin. Clients come in, and from using makeup wipes, the barrier becomes impaired, meaning that the harshness of that top layer, it becomes damaged or kind of ruined. So they're really, really red. So that's how come sometimes the products that we come with that we want to use, we can't, because their barrier is impaired from using wipes and too many scrubs. But a good thing is, I know a couple of skincare lines that have like a pre-cleanse. It's oil based, and so you just put it on your hands and you just kind of rub it in, and you'll see the makeup coming off. It gets really milky. You wet your hands and it's coming off, and then after that come with another like makeup removing type cleanser. Okay. And that'll suffice. I mean, if you have to, if you don't have time, it's cool to use a makeup wipe and just go, but you really want to get it off, because when I do facials and I do the first cleanse, that makeup is not off.
Right. That's what I was going to say. Even if I don't use wipes anymore, but if I used a wipe, I felt like I didn't get it all off.
It's not off. It looks like so if I was to take it off, even at home when I do it myself, if I'm rushing and I might have, because I have wipes at home, but if I'm just want to go to sleep, I do a wipe, and in the morning I come and do a cleanse. The sponge that I use soft sponges instead of towels or aesthetic wipes. Yes. The sponge that I'm using, it'll still be filled with makeup and foundation. I mean filled, so you have to get it off. I know a lot of people that wear makeup that have struggle with acne. Their pores are clogged.
Right.
Yeah, they're not using it.
So it's good to use an oil-based pre-cleanser.
Yeah,
and then cleanse.
Yeah, and then cleanse. A daily exfoliant. My makeup regimen I use a lot. I have a full regimen. I pre-cleanse, cleanse, exfoliate, and moisturize before I go to bed. It only takes me about 5 minutes, unless I go in and do like a peel on myself real quick. But it only takes about 5 minutes. Not long at all. I think people think these people with these glows and this bomb skin take forever. And sometimes we do. You have to get certain ingredients, vitamin A, C, and E in your skin. You have to get some things in your skin. Maybe mask twice a week. But you can mask. You can throw on a mask real quick while you're vacuuming your floor or cooking dinner. You can do that, or right before you go to bed. Sure. Those nice sheet masks, not the ones from Target. Or I don't know. I don't really. I've seen a lot of cases behind those. I mean,
really?
I'm sure there's some, but there are some professional brands that you can use. A sheet mask, you just lay down before you go to sleep.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah,
because I will just throw that on and hop in bed real quick, and then I can throw it back off and not have to scrub a mask off my face.
Yep, and it's just the balm, or like a leave on. But those Image has a really good one, a couple good ones that they have, and you can just leave them on and leave you so hydrated.
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
How do you feel about like the products in the stores? Like a client going there and getting a product off the shelf instead of a professional product?
I don't knock anyone, because that might be where they are. And so sometimes we can't afford a professional grade product. But I do encourage my clients to kind of start integrating, because it's worth the investment. I mean, there's some that have been on the shelf forever. Before I became an esthetician, I used Neutrogena, but I would look at the reviews and see what was in it. I still was conscious of what was behind the label. It just have a lot of preservatives and a lot of additives in it, and a lot of perfumes and dyes, and that's kind of what you want to be careful for. So if you don't know what to get, if you know a professional, say, hey, I can only go drugstore brand, which one do you recommend? Or maybe Sephora. But if you go into Sephora or Ulta, you might as well go to someone like me who will retail it, or someone, because that stuff is just as expensive as what the professional grade. All professional grade products are not super duper expensive. But I prefer professional. But if you have to, then there are products out there that you can get from the drugstore.
So you would say, like, even if they can't afford that, at least come in and get a consultation so you know exactly what you're buying. So you're not wasting your money on thinking that this product is going to work for you, but it might be doing the opposite for you.
Yeah, bring it in. We can look at the ingredients together, and then we can see what's helping or hurting. Because a lot of times, sometimes when they are going in buying, if they don't get a consultation, they're going in and they'll get a cleanser, but it's for dry skin instead of they have oily skin. It's not going to help. Or they might have oily skin or dry, super duper dehydrated skin, and they got something that they weren't supposed, or they might still be getting an exfoliant or St. Ives apricot scrub, and it's gonna kill their skin.
I used to use that when I was younger. I used to think that you needed that harsh scrub.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
I know. I used to think that too. I probably used that as a teen.
Oh, I for sure did.
And it dang near hurt. It's like real HUDs from a peach or something, I think. The inside scrub from a peach.
Yeah. So from your students, what is the most common question that you get from them?
They just want to know how to clear up their skin, how to, and deal with clients on a day-to-day basis. Why, they
I think that's a good one.
Yeah, how to deal with the client.
With different personalities.
Whoa, yeah. I think, when you come in it, you think, this is just going to be fun and games. I teach with my heart, and I teach the things that I feel like they're not getting outside because it's very, very different. And you're dealing with a different type of clientele nowadays. The clientele they're in a rush. They don't know how to be still. They can't even go an hour without looking at their phone while they're getting the treatment. They deal with...
even a facial?
Sometimes. Or the phone, they'll ring and they'll be like, who's that? I have a couple of, I call them celebrity clients, and my clients that are really, really, really busy or out there and really active. I'll be like, okay, so, my disclaimer. So when we're going to get started, go ahead and look at your phone right now. Because we're not looking at it for an hour. When you come here, because you have to be their boss. We have no bosses, right?
Right.
But you have to be their boss for a second. Like, I need to do this, and I need to get this done, and I need you to relax just for this short time, and that's that.
And that's important too, because none of us, we don't relax anymore.
No,
we don't take the time to treat ourselves and relax. So yeah, if they're coming in there for a facial, their mind is still going crazy, and it is nice to relax and have someone like rub your shoulders, touch your face.
And just it is all about the touch. And so the questions from the students vary depending on maybe what subject we're doing. A lot of them are afraid of what's going to happen when they leave school.
Yeah.
So just kind of reassure them that all is well. You just have to have your hustle.
This is definitely a hustle industry.
Yeah. It's a good thing, though.
It is a good thing. And don't be afraid to make connections throughout the industry, even if there's someone that's doing the exact same thing as you.
Yeah. I think that's what some people get it all wrong. You're an esthetician, I'm an esthetician. And instead of figuring out ways where you can connect and go together in business, they're intimidated and they want to compete with you. I'm not competing with nobody.
Right.
Right. Because it's not worth it. I'd rather have a relationship with you and figure out how we can make moves together, like this video. This is the bomb. This is, and how, I saw you and hey, come talk to the students at the school and let's see what they can get from you, and from that I have some super bomb waxers that took your program and went through and loved it. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
So wouldn't have happened if you didn't come, or they would have seen it, or maybe overlooked you, and you got to get the people who need to be out there. You know?
That's what I think is great about private trainings too, and why I train is because, I could just say, I don't care about anyone else in the Bay Area. I'm the best waxer. But I want there to be great waxers out there. Like, I don't want them to mess it up for everyone else. If you do a terrible job, people are like, I will never get a Brazilian wax again. I don't want that. And I know that in school, there's not a whole lot of hands-on with Brazilian. At least when I went to school, there wasn't. So that's why I do mine. Like, come in, learn exactly how to do it, and go out there and do your thing.
It's okay, but it's okay to feel like you're the best waxer.
I am the best waxer.
It's okay to feel like that. I tell my students, be confident. I want them to be dang near better than me. When I teach a lash artist, I'm going to tell you, the couple that I've taught, they are like here. And I'm like, cool, just, when you get your Grammy, come give me a shout out.
Yeah.
Or when you get your Oscar.
Let people know who trained you.
Yeah, just I want you to do well.
Yes, I agree.
Exceed, outdo, and do well. That's my motto.
I love it. Like when you told me the student that I taught did a demo in there.
Oh, yeah.
I was so proud. I was so proud of her.
Let me tell you, I use her to
She's gonna be the next instructor there.
I'll be like, you want to do this demo, this Brazilian demo? And she's like, yeah. Very confident.
That's awesome.
Very confident in her skin, and she's flourishing. She's doing really well. I'm so proud of her.
Good.
She took your class and she hit the ground running right after that.
That's what you have to do. Like, you have to be consistent with whatever you're doing. That's how you get better at it. And I'm sure with lashes you have to be consistent too. Just keep trying, and you'll get better.
Yeah, lashes are no joke. I have days, even still, it's 4 years later, days when I'm like, I don't know, did I do this right? Does it come out right? Because it's an art. It's like painting a canvas. You start, and then after an hour, you start to see the results. And then you keep going, and you'll see something, but then you're a perfectionist, so you like, oh, God.
Right. And that is like, everyone's going to look at their lashes.
And that's how you get your business.
Right.
Walk-in advertisement.
Yes. Word of mouth is really big in this industry.
Right. Seriously.
Do you see a lot of your students going on, and I mean, you did say with lashes, but at school, the very new ones, do you see them graduating and going straight into careers?
I do.
That's awesome.
They kind of know what they want to do while they're there. Some of them that are unsure, they're a little different, so they're out to trying different things. But I have a couple right now. They know they're gonna do lashes,
That's
and
awesome.
they've already been trained, not necessarily by myself, but they know that that's what they're gonna do. They're just going to school to get that because they need their license.
And that's good. Okay, that question's not on here, but I am seeing more and more unlicensed lash artists out there. Please tell people that you need your license to do lashes, and why it is important to have your license to do lashes.
It is important, and for those of you that are letting them do them, if we're dealing with chemicals, I can tell you one chemical around the eye, one chemical that I know for sure that adhesive that we use. If you take a cotton or a piece of tissue and you drop a glue on there, it's flammable. You can see the smoke.
Oh, wow.
So that's why you need to know, and you need to be trained not to use, instead of using cotton to prime the lashes, you need to use the microfibers to prime the lashes because it doesn't have cotton on it.
Wow.
Sometimes you have to be really careful when you're drying the tears off of their eyes with a cotton ball because all of that is flammable. I've done it. What? I do that in my trainings. I'll take a Q-tip and I'll drop some adhesive on it, and you can see the smoke. Because sometimes I'm so I'll use a glue ring, and not really thinking, I'll put and I'll just clean it out with a tissue paper. If I pull that tissue paper up, you can see the smoke coming from it. It's a chemical reaction happens.
Wow.
And so, if they don't know that, if they weren't taught that, they need to know how to respond if something like that happens, or what to do if you get glue in the eye. What do you do if you get glue on the face? We're dealing with chemicals, so you absolutely need to be licensed.
Wow.
It's semi-permanent. It has acrylite in it. Some of them I think have some latex in it, and so flammable.
Oh my God.
Flammable.
I couldn't imagine doing that to someone's eyes.
Yeah, you just have to be careful. Just the steps that you take have to be safe. And so a lot of times these, if they're not licensed and they don't really care. They're just trying to get money. I gotta get this money. I gotta make it. I gotta get you in and out of there. And
it doesn't take that long to be licensed, right? Is it still 600 hours?
It's 600 hours, which is about 3.5 months daytime, about 7 months if you take it part-time at night.
Because I do see some of them, they're really, like, it looks nice, they're talented. But yes, just take it to that extra step. And you don't have to go and work inside of a salon. You can have like a little studio somewhere to do it if you don't want to be in a salon.
Yeah, you have to, if you want to get to a point, I would say my goal is to always be the best of what I can be. And if you want to be the best, get your license. You know, get your license. If you want to be a celebrity lash artist, you have to have your license. You can't do kitchen lashes on Beyonce, period.
Right.
You have to have your paperwork, your certification, your license saying that you're qualified to do it. It's worth it. It's so worth it. Even the ones that are not licensed, I don't really knock them because, you know, like before, I mean, I do let them know the importance of it, but I don't know, I tell them if you can spend that money, you could spend that money as well getting your license if you're gonna pay for the training.
That's what I'm saying. They're talented.
The most you should probably be paying is $2,000 maybe, and that's for volume and
Right. So if they're paying that money, might as well go to school and make it legit.
a couple of thousand more. Just make it legit. That's what I say.
Wow.
It's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. What do you have going on? What can we expect from you to see?
I'm quiet
I'm
right
like,
now.
last night I was looking at her Instagram. I'm like, what are you doing at a gym filming? And then you're talking in front of people. Like, you're always doing something.
I
so
know.
What's next?
That was about Skin Fit, and it's however you want to. My advice is just don't limit yourself to what you can do, right? It's so much out there. People think of when they say esthetician that you just have to be in the treatment room. It's not gonna be my thing.
Right.
I mean, you can work in a med spa as an esthetician under a doctor, and you can go into the medical part of it. You can be a speaker, and you can just educate people on skincare. So what I was doing in the gym was partnering up and just getting the brand out there, or just putting myself out there and letting them know, just like you take care of your body, you need to take care of your skin too. You can go that route. You can be a speaker. You can talk at different events. You can mentor people. You can go lashes. You can go just straight waxer. You can have your line like you do. You know, you can start putting in all these skincare lines. I'm working on some things to get a line together. You know,
That's awesome.
I'm doing a lot.
Yes,
I'm doing a lot. I am, because I want to be very successful. I want to be that 6-figure esthetician or 7-figure esthetician. Just because you're an esthetician, you don't have to limit yourself to what you can do. It's so many things. You can be a makeup artist. You can be, I know makeup artists right now that's making a killing between $2,000 and $5,000 in one day or a weekend doing weddings. You know, the money is out there. The people are out there. The association. You just have to network. I can do. Person that came to train me, she's at Pure Bella Spa in Atlanta, Marquita. She came and she taught me the vajacials. And so we were talking, and one of the things she said was, go to networking events, go to Eventbrite. And she said, just, you know, register for an event, a real estate event, or just, you know, something that you can, that a lot of people, 100 black men, 100 black women, go to those events. They're networking events. You have your cards, and you just sit back, and people will come up to you, and what do you do? And you tell them what you do. You have to have your elevator speech ready. Your elevator speech is the amount of time it would take to get from the bottom of the elevator to the top. And so if you met, for instance, if you met, I would say, Bill Gates in an elevator, and he said, Monique, what do you do? You can't tell him, you can't spend 2 hours, you're only in the elevator. The elevator speech has to be 20 seconds, or, you know, the amount of time it takes to get to the bottom, from the bottom to the top. You have to sell yourself in that amount of time. If you can sell yourself to Bill Gates, what you say might have you working for him at an event that he has coming up. That little 20 seconds could help make or break you, right? So you have to always be prepared, always be ready. That's if you, I mean, some people are content with just being in the treatment room. I'm not.
I get bored. That's why I'm constantly, what's next? What's next?
You too. Hey, I know. You have your makeup, you have your skincare products, and I feel it. Your photo shoots.
Yes, my photo shoots. I used to do networking events. I do want to get back into those. Just finding the time and the right ones.
Gotta just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta just do it. I'm down to come with you because sometimes it's intimidating to go by yourself.
Yeah, it is.
You go by
I'm
yourself.
shy. I
I
may
know.
not seem shy on here, but I'm shy.
She's shy. But as soon as the camera comes on, you turn on. You do. That's a wonderful thing.
Thank
You
you.
got your elevator speech
I
ready.
don't think I have an elevator speech ready. When you were saying that, I was thinking about what I would say about me and my business all in one. Because I did go to a networking event last year, and I said, I think it was the wrong thing to say. I know it was the wrong thing to say. I said, oh, I have a small wax studio in Pleasanton.
Oh yeah.
I didn't say anything about my products. I should not say that my studio is small. That was like the wrong thing. So
I think because we, even where I am, I think because we think when they come in, I don't know, for me at first it was, they're going to expect this huge spa with, and this is just as good because it's one-on-one. You don't have to worry about really outside noises, and if you do, you can drown them out. Cut a fan on or whatever, what have you, and you can drown out the outside noises, but it's very quaint and nice and relaxing in there. The environment is what you make it. Right? Cut the music on and you have the jazz playing or whatever, but I've learned you can't sell yourself short.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. This
I'm so
is dope
excited.
in so many ways. So
Thank you. Thank
anytime
you.
you need me, let me know.
Okay.
We can get together and do our thing.
Definitely start doing some stuff together. You guys, I will leave all of Kia's information down below, but you guys can find her right here. You see her shirt at Skin Therapist. I'm gonna make sure I say it right. Skin Therapist Kia.
Yeah. So it's at skin_therapist_Kia.
And I will put that. I'll actually put the link down below for
Yes,
it.
please.
So you guys make sure you follow her. If you are in the area, hit her up. Take her training. If you guys are interested in getting an esthetician license or cosmetology license, anything about a cosmetology school, she can help you out with that too and guide you. She is at Fremont Beauty College. You can look them up. She is, if you want a service by her, she is at, you said Bear Betty in San Ramon?
It's actually the Sola Salon.
Sola Salon.
San Ramon, off of Alcosta and San Ramon Valley Boulevard. We have our class, so yep.
And you guys can do that. Is your booking app on Instagram and stuff?
It's in my bio.
There you guys go. Thank you so much.
Peace out.
Bye, guys.